Jaya Kunja Vihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय,
Jai,
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय,
Jai,
गुरुदास की जय,
Jai,
गुरुदास श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय,
Jai,
शिवगण कृष्णदास प्रभु जी की जय.
Jai.
Glorious to assembled devotees. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you all devotees once again for joining our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading morning session. Hare Krishna. Okay, who else? Okay, Ratnamataji also joined. Okay. So Thursday we have completed 6.5.25. Last verse which we read on Thursday was 25. So today we will start with verse number 26 onwards of chapter 5. Hare Krishna. Om
Shikma, Prabhu, can you change the screen, Prabhu? This screen is showing the links only. Screens.
Really?
First, yeah, it's showing some other.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, just don't know why it's.
Now you can stop screen share and scan the share the other one. Gita
No,
base.
I'm sharing in the same one only. Anyway.
Veda base. Here it is showing of the link. Meeting, probably. Yeah, now okay. Now you stop the screen. Now you can share the Veda base.
Okay, but from the link I am opening, so okay. Hare Krishna.
तत्खातिर अबुदस्येह किम असत्कर्मभिर्भवेत् रोचन् अतिचित्वा
Shikma, Prabhu, your line? Yeah, now okay. Yes, now okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा गदा मह्यं ददान्ति सुपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजी साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगल्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निधि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देव गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो कृष्ण। Hare Krishna. Once more, welcome all devotees for our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Hare Krishna. Okay. Ji, Shankar Prajāpati ji, Sarvada Mataji. Okay. Thank you. All devotees, welcome. Hare Krishna. So we'll start with verse number 26 today. Hare Krishna. Praji, audible, right? Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. तदुपस्पर्शनावेन देव विनिर्धूतमलाशयः जबन्धो ब्रह्म परमं देवुस्तत्र महत्पदः। तदुपस्पर्शनादेव विनिर्धूतमलाशयः जबन्धो ब्रह्म परमं देवुस्तत्र महत्तपः। Translation purported by His Divine Grace Abhijaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. At Narayana Saras, the second group of sons performed penances in the same way as the first. They bathed in the holy water, and by its touch all the dirty material desires in their hearts were cleansed away. They murmured mantras beginning with the Omkara and underwent a severe course of austerities. Translations one more. At Narayana Saras, the second group of sons performed penances in the same way as the first. They bathed in the holy water, and by its touch, all the dirty material desires in their hearts were cleansed away. They murmured mantras beginning with the Omkara and underwent a severe course of austerities. Puppet. Every Vedic mantra is called Brahma because mantra is preceded by the Brahmakshara, Om or Omkara. For example, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 7.8, Pranavaha Sarva Vedeshu. In all these Vedic mantras, I am represented by Pranava or Omkara. Thus, chanting of the Vedic mantras beginning with the Omkara is directly chanting of Krishna's name. There is no difference whether one chants Omkara or addresses the Lord as Krishna. The meaning is the same. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended that in this age one chant the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. Although there is no difference between Hare Krishna and the Vedic mantras beginning with Omkara, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the leader of the spiritual movement for this age, has recommended that one chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Sonapraji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Ram Praji, Hare Krishna.
Send the pranams, my humble obeisances to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So we will discuss, we are discussing from verse number 26 actually, chapter entitled Nārada Muni cursed by Prajāpati Dakṣa. So we all know that earlier also the Prajāpati Dakṣa, Prajāpati means one who is taking the responsibility of progeny. Progeny means increasing the population, and Dakṣa means he's expert. So he was given the responsibility for creating the progeny. So in that footsteps, Prajapati Daksha is trying to fulfill the Lord's instruction. So he's getting first 10,000 children known as the Haryasvas. So that we see already read. And because of the Nārada Muni preaching, they all take out the renounced order of life, and they don't get, they are not entering. Actually, the Haryasvas, they are going for tapasya. That time Nārada Muni is teaching them, and they are not taking the family life, and they are renouncing. So the Daksha is very much upset. But however, again, he is trying to increase the progeny. So that, what now he is getting Savalasvas. This is 1,000 sons called Savalasvas. So what happens here? This is the part of the Vedic system that before a person is entering the Grahastha life, he has to undergo the Brahmachari life. That means basically a life of austerity and spiritual training, so that they can be like can lead a proper Grahastha life. So that's why even though the Haryasvas earlier they went for tapasya and then they renounced, still the second group also, Daksha is actually sending them for performing penances, same way like the first set of children. So at this place is mentioned here in Srimad Bhagavatam, Narayana Saras. So at that place where the earlier children also went there for tapas, same place they are also going, and they bathed in the holy water. So throughout our scriptures, these holy rivers are given so much glorified that by bathing in these rivers, one get purified from the sins. So today also we can see Haridwar, Rishikesh, all these places we can see that there are thousands and thousands of people who are taking bath in Ganges. Because it is, scriptures are saying that if you take bath in the holy water, then you will be removed from all your contaminations like that. So as a part of their austerity, they are going and taking in the holy water, they are actually taking bath and also touch, so that they're all their dirty material desires. What is dirty material desires means, why it is called as dirty? Normally, if you don't have spiritual outlook, we say people may think that why material desires are called dirty. Because it is called dirty because when we try to enjoy God's property without God, then it is called dirty. But if you are using the same desire for actually dovetailing for the service of the Lord, then it becomes very auspicious. It's called auspicious and inauspicious. Bhadra and Subhadra. So auspicious. And we can see here dirty material desires in their hearts were cleansed away by touching the water. And then again, when you take bath, you always utter the mantras. So they murmured the mantras beginning with Omkara and underwent a severe course of austerities. So Vedic mantras always starts with Om. Now all these mantras, if you see, they all start with Om. And here we can see Prabhupada writes what is the relation between Om and Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because generally people who are understanding that Om, uttering Om is more powerful than Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Prabhupada explains that how they are in a same. And even more powerful is actually Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because this is the Yuga Dharma. In this age, the Yuga Dharma is actually the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's what Prabhupada is referring here. Every Vedic mantra, even if you see the Srimad Bhagavatam also begins with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So the Om, so every mantra, Vedic mantra, even if you go to the temples, the Om is always, chanted before offering any worship. Also the Om mantra is chanted in, in the speakers or whatever, the music system, everywhere. The audio systems, the Om is continuously being chanted. And this Om is actually considered as very, very auspicious mantra, which is referring to the Supreme Lord. So that's why it is said every Vedic mantra is called Brahma. Brahma means actually it is referring to the Supreme Lord, Brahman. Because each mantra is preceded by the Brahmakshara, Om. They say, Om or Omkara.
Right.
So Prabhupada gives us an example. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So before beginning of every Bhagavatam class and before beginning of every Bhagavad Gita class or any class, Bhagavad Gita or any classes, spiritual classes, we all chant like Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 3 times we will chant. So that Om is actually Brahmakshara. So Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada refers here to Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse number 8, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. That means in all the Vedic mantras, I am represented by Pranava or Omkara. So 7th chapter, Krishna is telling about various, like I am the taste in the water, and I am the sun, I am the moon, and Rasoham Apsu Kavanteya, Prabhasmi Sasi Suryo, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu, Saptakya Paurasham Rishu, like that. So I am the taste in the water, I am the sun, the light of the sun, and light of the moon. That is saying Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. So I am represented by the Pranava or Omkara. So thus chanting of the Vedic mantras beginning with Omkara is directly chanting of Krishna's name. So Prabhupada is clarifying here because people may think that Omkara is more powerful than chanting Krishna's name. That's why Prabhupada is mentioning here. Chanting of the Vedic mantras beginning with Omkara is directly actually chanting Krishna's name. Because Krishna is only representing as Omkara. There is no difference between Omkara and Krishna's name. So whether one chants Omkara or addresses the Lord as Krishna, the meaning is same. So if you go to the yoga, you take yogasanas, then if you do the pranayama, then people will breathe and then they will chant Om like that, Om.
Yes.
So they feel like so much peace if you chant this Omkara mantra. Then, your breathing gets regulated, your mind becomes pacified. We can check, whenever our mind is agitated, if you chant, the long way, like that. Then, everything, the body, comes in a very rhythmic, this one. And, everything gets pacified. So that's why before meditation, this Omkara is chanted. And of course, the Omkara is actually addressing Lord Krishna. And either Omkara or Hare Krishna Mahamantra is actually, there is no difference. But however, then there may be a question then, if Omkara and there is no difference, why can't we chant Om instead of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Then Prabhupada writes, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended. Who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is non-different from Krishna. So Krishna himself, who is represented as Om, he himself is saying that in this age, Kali Yuga, one needs to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam. Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatireta. In this Kali Yuga, there is no other way, no other way, no other way than to take the shelter of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, who is not different from Krishna, he himself recommends that rather than chanting Om, you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's the reason, even though both are same, we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Although there is no difference between Hare Krishna and the Vedic mantras beginning with Omkara, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the leader of the spiritual movement for this age, has recommended that one chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this mantra, since the Supreme Lord has said, instructed, if you are following, then we will get all his blessings and benedictions. If you are working in a company, there may be a lot of rules and regulations in the company. But if the CEO is saying, okay, you just follow this, only this instruction, anything happens, I will take care. So if you follow that, whatever risk is there, then the CEO will take, the company owner, no, he will take care because he has instructed. So even though we have a lot of mantras, Vedic mantras, but the Lord himself has recommended to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when we follow this, we get the ultimate benefit because we are following the instruction of the Lord. Okay, so that in that way we have to know that this Hare Krishna mantra is very, very important, especially in this age of Kali, because the Lord has recommended that this is the Yuga Dharma. So basically, this Savalaswas, they were all trying to get purified by touching the holy rivers and also by performing austerities by chanting the Vedic mantras, which is beginning with Omkara. So that is what we are understanding here. So verse number 26, 27, 28 are basically how the Savalaswas, they are actually performing austerity in order to get purified. Once they get purified, they are supposed to go back to the grahastha life, because his father, Dakṣa Prajāpati, has already instructed that after tapasya you have to come back, and then you have to get married and begin the process of procreation or creating progeny, increasing the population.
Right.
So that's what we are seeing here. Then we can see how the story turns up by arrival of Nārada Muni, and we can see that in the coming verses. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
So, devotees have any questions or comments on this discussion?
Thank you, Prabhuji. I think it's very simple.
So we can go to the next verse, Prabhu.
Yes. Two verses together, 27 and 28. Who want to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Ababhakshaः katichimmasan kachichidvayubhojanaः आराधयन् मन्त्रमिमम् अभ्यस्यन्त्र इडस्पथिम् ॐ नमो नारायणाय पुरुषाय महात्मने विशुद्धसद्विधिष्णाय महाहंसाय धीमहि अबभक्षाः कतिचिन्मासान् कचिचिद्वायुभोजनाः आराधयन् मन्त्रमिमम् अभ्यस्यन्त इडस्पृथिम् ॐ नमो नारायणाय पुरुषाय महात्मने विशुद्धसत्त्वधिष्णाय महाहंसाय धीमहि. Hare Krishna. Scroll down, Prabhuji. Translation. For a few months, the sons of Prajāpati Dakṣa drank only water and ate only air. Thus, undergoing great austerities, they recited this mantra: "Let us offer our respectable obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always situated in his transcendental abode. Since he is the Supreme Person, Paramahamsa, let us offer our respectable obeisances unto him." Translation once again. For a few months, the sons of Prajāpati Dakṣa drank only water and ate only air. Thus, undergoing great austerities, they recited this mantra: "Let us offer our respectable obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always situated in his transcendental abode. Since he is the Supreme Person, Paramahamsa, let us offer our respectable obeisances unto him." Purport. From this verse, it is apparent that the chanting of the Mahamantra or the Vedic mantras must be accompanied by severe austerities. In Kali Yuga, people cannot undergo severe austerities like those mentioned herein. Drinking only water and eating only air for many months, one cannot imitate such a process, but at least one must go some austerity by giving up 4 unwanted principles, namely illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. Anyone can easily practice this tapasya, and then the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra will be effective without delay. One should not give up the process of austerity if possible. One should bathe in the water of Ganges or Yamuna, or in the absence of the Ganges and Yamuna, one may bathe in the water of the sea. This is an item of austerity. Our Krishna consciousness movement has therefore established 2 very large centers, one in Vrindavana and another in Mayapur, Navadvipa. There one may bath in the Ganges or Yamuna, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna mantra and thus become perfect and return home back to Godhead. Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
thank you.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So we are coming to the next verse. Verse number 2 verses are together 27 and 28.
28.
So the Savalasvas, they are performing the austerity. That's what here. Why we are doing austerity is for getting purification. Rishabhadev is also telling in the 5th chapter itself, 5th canto of 5th chapter, verse number 1. Tapo dibyam putra karena satyeta sudhye yasmat brahma sokyam to anantam. He's telling human life is meant for austerity. And why? Because by austerity we get purified. And by what? By purification, what we get? Tasmat Brahma Saukyam to Ananta. Then you will get spiritual happiness, which is unlimited. So austerity is very important part of spiritual life. So here we can see for a few months the sons of Prajāpati Dakṣa, they drank only water and ate only air. Similarly, we also see that Dhruva Maharaj, when he is doing tapasya 6 months in the forest, he is also performing severe austerities like this. He is only eating leaves, and he's only, after some time, he's stopping that also. First, he's taking fruits, then he's stopping fruits, then eating only leaves, then he's stopping leaves also, then he's only actually taking water, then he's stopping that water also, then he's breathing only air. So, like that, 6 months he did tapasya, and then Lord Narayana appeared in front of him. Same way, when Lord Brahma appeared on the lotus, he was seeing around everywhere it was dark, and he did not know anything, like what is the purpose, why I am here, how I was born. So only he heard in his heart, tapa, tapa, tapa. So that means do austerity, austerity, austerity. So this is a very important part, that austerity is by which Krishna is pleased. That's why Krishna is saying in the 5th chapter, about last verse, verse number 29, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Bhokta means I am the enjoying. What I am enjoying? Krishna is not enjoying our wealth. Krishna is not, enjoying our food. Krishna is telling, I am enjoying. Bhoktara, yajna tapasa. You do your yajna. What is a yajna? We do Sankirtan yajna. So whenever we chant this Hare Krishna Kirtan, Krishna enjoys that. Krishna is saying, no, I am not in my Vaikuntha. I am where my devotees are constantly glorifying me. Like that, we should understand Bhoktaram. Bhoktaram means I am enjoying. What I am enjoying? Yajna tapasam. So 5.29, if you see, this verse is very beautifully saying Yajna. Yajna means Sankirtan Yajna. We are doing Yajna here, and every time we are chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, either we are chanting our 16 rounds, or we are doing Kirtan or Japa, Krishna enjoys that. That is called Bhoktaram Yajna. Not only yajna, yajna is always followed with tapasya. So tapasya, bhoktaram, yajna tapasya. And I am, tapasya means doing austerities. And proper is, what is tapasya meaning? Voluntarily undergoing some inconveniences for spiritual progress. That is called tapasya. Voluntarily, like, like we have comfortable home and everything, but, we are getting up early in the morning. This means voluntarily, we can sleep also. So that is comfort zone, but voluntarily taking some inconveniences for the development of spiritual progress. So for spiritual progress, you are accepting certain things. I will get up early in the morning, and I will, tapasya Krishna. Prabhupada is mentioning the purport. So that's why Acharya's purport is very important. Only if you read the translation, you will get only 5 to 10% of the meaning. But Prabhupada gives complete, what is the purpose of this austerity, what kind of austerity we should do, what kind of austerity is possible in Kali Yuga, and all those things. Otherwise, if you think that, okay, if you just read the translation, the Prajāpati Dakṣa's sons only drank water and only ate only air, then what you will think? Oh, this is not possible in this age. So Bhagavatam is not applicable to us. So we'll close Bhagavatam and we will leave it. Because who can live only by eating air? It's not possible in Kali Yuga, right? So that's why Acharyas know how to apply the scriptures according to time, place, and circumstance. So Prabhupada, as an Acharya, he knows the time is Kali Yuga. The place is this place. And circumstance, these are the people in Kali Yuga, they're like this. So how this Bhagavatam principles can be applied in this Kali Yuga, Acharyas only will know. They will only give the recommendations. So that's why the purports are more important than the translation. So in that way, we have got this Srimad Bhagavatam purports, wonderful purports by Srila Prabhupada. So here we can see the Prajāpati Dakṣa children, they are actually drank only water and ate only air, thus undergoing great austerities. They recited this mantra. We already recited this mantra. This is verse mantra. This is actually mantra. This is verse number 28. Om Namo Narayanaya Purushaya Mahatmane Visuddha Sattva Dishnaya Mahahamsaya Dhimahi. So it's like Gayatri mantra, no? Dhimahi. So this Dhimahi, this Om, all these things are actually coming as part of these Vedic mantras. So the meaning of that is, let us offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana. Narayana represents the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whether we say Narayana or Krishna, they are all representing Vishnu. They are all representing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always situated in his transcendent abode, that is Vaikunta. Since he is the Supreme Person, he is called Paramahamsa. Let us offer our respectful obeisances to him. So these children of Dakṣa, Savalasvas, they are actually reciting this mantra and performing austerity by only taking water and ate only air. So Prabhupada is writing in the purport. From these verses, it is apparent that the chanting of the Mahamantra or the Vedic mantras must be accompanied by severe austerity. See, it's a very important point. We are chanting mantras. After chanting mantras, we going to the movie and we are going to the restaurant. Then, our mantras will not be very effective. So it's always important that we follow some kind of austerity. Austerity means, as I said, so voluntarily accepting some discomforts for the purpose of spiritual progress. So people chanting and just going and enjoying the material life, it will not help them in spiritual progress. So always chanting the Maha Mantra should be accompanied by severe austerities, and the proper severe austerities is not possible in Kali. So here you see, when Kali Yuga, severe austerities is there, immediately Prabhupada is writing, in Kali Yuga, which is our current time, people cannot undergo severe austerities like those mentioned here in Bhagavatam. So definitely we cannot drink only water. Even tomorrow is Ekadasi. Tomorrow Ekadasi is fasting. So we feel very difficult. Sometimes we are fasting. And next tomorrow Ekadasi is Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. So that is coming on 18th of June. So Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi means Ekadasi without drinking water also. So we feel very difficult. One complete day, 24 hours from sunrise to sunrise, we should not drink water. But it is very beneficial, that Ekadasi. So even that yearly one time we are following this Ekadasi, we are feeling very discomfort in the body. So that's why here it is mentioned how only people can drink water and eat only air. Even for one day, if it is difficult, what about many days? So that's why Prabhupada is writing, in Kali Yuga, people cannot undergo severe austerities like those mentioned here. Drinking only water and eating only air for many months. So Prabhupada is very practical. He is not giving something, which is not possible. He understands our situation. And he is saying that it is not possible to only drink water and eating only air for many months. So he understands our situation. One cannot imitate such a process. One time our His Grace Tapan Mishra Prabhu, he is in Mayapur Dham. He was only 7 days he was without water also. And he was recently, 7 days. Recently means maybe last year he was telling that he want to follow like that and try it out. And 7 days, I think with water or without water. I think only with water, I think. 7 days with water. So he was fasting like that 7 days. And successfully he was fasted 7 days with water. So, but it's not possible for everybody. So that's why it is said that one cannot imitate such a process. For someone, it may be possible. 1 day with water, without water, 2 days. But it is not easy for everyone. But the minimum is given here. But at least one must undergo some austerity. Some austerity by giving up 4 unwanted principles. That be Krishna consciousness. Basic foundation is this 4 unwanted principles. Namely, what is that? Illicit sex. Illicit sex means sex outside marriage relationship. And as actually spiritually we are progressing, Prabhupada writes the broader term is actually sex outside marriage. But as people are progressing in spiritual life, sex inside marriage also is prohibited. Because it is said that anything you should use only in Krishna service. If you want to get Krishna conscious children, then only they are having sex. Otherwise, unwanted. They say sex is not for recreation. Sex is only for procreation. For procreation, it is not prohibited. But for recreation purpose, it is prohibited. But initially, it is said outside marriage. But as you are progressing in Krishna consciousness, inside marriage also it is prohibited if it is not for procreation purpose. Second is meat eating. And third is intoxication. Meat eating means all kind of killing of any animals, including eggs also. And intoxication is all kind of whatever intoxications, including tea and coffee.
Alcohol.
Because that also has people have asked question why tea and coffee is prohibited. Because tea and coffee is considered normal in the society, but tea and coffee has caffeine. Caffeine means it is like a stimulant, nerve stimulant. So the moment you start taking coffee, then you cannot stop coffee because it becomes addiction. The moment you stop coffee, you will get headache, you will feel very dull because it will stimulate your brain. And what happens when the brain is getting stimulated? Next time you want to stimulate the brain, it will not happen by natural process. You have to take coffee, then it will stimulate. That's why people before driving, they will take coffee because they want to be alert. So it will every time stimulate it. The brain, in order to become active, it has to be stimulated. So there is two ways of stimulation. One is natural way, one is artificial way. Artificial way is by taking tea and coffee. So once the brain is programmed to stimulate in an artificial way, so every time you want to stay awake, you should take tea and coffee. Otherwise, the brain will become dull again. So that's why this is a kind of addiction, this caffeine. So in tea also caffeine is there, coffee also caffeine is there, but coffee caffeine is more. And tea, whether it is green tea or black tea, everything has caffeine. So people in Krishna consciousness, they substitute with herbal tea or herbal coffee like that, because that does not have caffeine. The caffeine is the main problem. Caffeine is a stimulant and it will stimulate the nervous system. And gambling. Gambling also is a problem because gambling, people lose the hard-earned money by gambling. So people, especially in Kerala, they can see that people, they earn money working hard and evening they buy lottery ticket. And they lose money because one or two may be getting rich by that. But majority, they lose their wealth, they lose their peace of mind also by gambling. So these four things are actually universal principles where whatever religion we follow, everybody is supposed to follow these four regulatory principles. By illicit sex, the purity is lost because it is said in the scripture, dharma. The dharma stands on these four pillars called as purity, austerity, cleanliness, and truthfulness. So these are the four pillars by which dharma is standing. The pillars means if you see the one building foundation, the roof is standing, the pillars are there in between. If you break the pillar, the roof will collapse. So like that, the dharma is standing on these four pillars called as purity, austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness. These are the four pillars where dharma is standing. So when anybody is engaged in the illicit sex activity, then the purity is lost. So one pillar is destroyed already. And somebody is actually engaged in the meat eating, purity, compassion, and intoxication means austerity, gambling means truthfulness. Okay, these four things. So purity is lost by illicit sex. Compassion is lost by meat eating because the animals also have a right to live in the same planet. We should not think that I have the right to live. They don't have the right to live. We cannot discriminate like that. So as soon as we kill animals for our own enjoyment, for the taste of our tongue, immediately what happens? This compassion is lost. And today, all these non-vegetarian, they have big business. Whatever you see, there's KFC, Burger King. People are madly rushing for this restaurants because people, they lost compassion. And then Kali Yuga, it will end in, when you lose this, what will happen? The result will be karmic reactions will come in the form of war. Now you are seeing so many wars are happening for years together. Nobody wants war, but war will come. So every day, United Nations is there to establish peace in the world. But even though United Nations are there, but there is war everywhere. Continuous war is happening past 2-3 years. If you see the newspaper, they are attacking because we are actually giving pain to animals. The pain is coming back to us in the form of war, famine, many things are there, natural disasters. So one of the main root causes is actually meat eating. That's what the scriptures are saying. The more people engage in this meat eating, the more we will suffer the consequences in the future. When we are giving pain, we will get pain in the return. So by meat eating, compassion is lost. Third is actually intoxication. Intoxication means taking all this, this, which is actually whatever this liquor, tea, coffee,
Alcoholic. Yeah.
alcohol. Yes. Alcohol. That also
Yes.
is famous. Now government itself promoting everywhere because they get very good revenue by this.
Yeah.
So they are opening, bar and also
New.
all these places. Not only shops, they are also opening bars. Bars means where a place you will go and sit and drink and say, chat for hours together. So what happens by intoxication? What is lost? Our austerity is lost. Why they are saying austerity is lost? Because by spiritual life, you have to sleep early and get up early. So you have to get up in the Brahma Muhurta chant. This is for spiritual life. But when you engage in this intoxication, what happens? Your austerity becomes lost because you whole night you are wake up to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock you're drinking. Anybody drinking, they don't sleep early. You see that no, they start their drinking by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock only. It will go up to 12, 1, and the all bars they close at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So when the Brahma Muhurta starts, the bar will close, and all these people will go for sleeping, and they will sleep up to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, like that, up to midday. So intoxication will affect your austerity. And then gambling will affect the truthfulness because gambling is actually a cheating game. Many people are putting money and only one or two is winning, all people will lose. So we also have the Mahabharata incident by how by gambling the Pandavas suffered. So these four are the foundational principles. And Prabhupada is saying, if you are able to avoid these four things, then it is called austerity. That much austerity is sufficient. At least minimum this austerity if you perform, then you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then you will develop in your spiritual life. So anyone can easily practice this tapasya. Very easy to practice because from childhood, if you are engaging, or even if you know this, if you have illicit sex is not difficult, meat eating, definitely, we can take a very healthy vegetarian food. So many good food are there. You can take. Intoxication is unnecessary. Gambling is not required. If you have money saved in your bank and you have whatever, you minimize your needs. No need for extra money. No. More money you have, you'll have to suffer more tension, more anxiety. That's there. You see, even the wealthy people, their own children, they are fighting for the properties. They are fighting with the father. Sometimes the father dies, the children fight for the property. So too much property also is actually, it is a cause of stress and insecurity. So these four things, it is uh, not difficult to follow. But at the same time, if you follow, it will give us a lot of peace of mind actually. So you'll have a lot of peace of mind if you avoid these four things. Life becomes very simple. Mind becomes very simple. And then it is the simple mind is easy to follow the devotional life. Then chanting becomes very easy. So anyone can easily practice this tapasya. Prabhupada writes the word easy. He's saying it's not difficult. Then chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra will be effective without delay. So even if you are not able to follow, still you can chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Somebody may be taking meat and if he's saying, oh, can I chant? We can chant. But only thing the progress will be difficult. And maybe it will take more time for us to purify. But if you follow this, then the spiritual life becomes very easy and our progress will be quicker. So sometimes because of our habit, somebody may not be able to leave this meat eating or sometimes gambling, intoxication. But more you chant, slowly it will all go away from the heart. Slowly it will go. Like the leaf is falling down from the, dry leaves are falling from the tree. Like that, these four things will fall away from our heart. So that is the potency of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When Prabhupada went to the West, actually, you can see that Prabhupada changed all these people who are engaged in all these four things, but he converted them into exalted Vaishnavas. So that is the
Yes.
potency of Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yes.
So one should not give up the process of austerity. If possible, one should bath in the waters of Ganga or Yamuna, but we don't have that facility here, either in South India or
Sorry.
here. Or in the absence of Ganges and Yamuna, one may bath in the water. So you see available in many places. So when we are going in that place, we can bath in the water. Sea water also considered the auspicious to bath in the sea water. This is an item of austerity. So either Ganga or Yamuna or in the sea. Our Krishna conscious movement has therefore established two very large centers. We know one in Vrindavan. Vrindavan you have Yamuna, where you can bath. We have a big ISKCON temple there. And another in Mayapur, Navadip Dham, where also we have the Yamuna. Ganga is flowing there. And there is a special place where you can go and take bath. So there one may bath in the Ganges or Yamuna, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and thus become perfect and return back home, back to Godhead. So the whole purpose is actually to purify us. The purification process starts with chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and following the austerities, which is his 4 regulative principles, and then by taking bath in this holy rivers, very easily we can get purified. So it's very important. And if you see this chapter, Dakṣa, actually Nārada Muni is getting cursed by Prajāpati Dakṣa. In the coming verses also, we will see that Prabhupada writes in one of the purport, I don't know which purport, but Prabhupada writes somewhere here only, that when Prabhupada went to the Western world, he was also cursed by many parents. Here, why Nārada Muni is getting cursed? Because he is giving spiritual enlightenment to the children of Dakṣa. So first the Aryasvas was there. Nārada Muni met them when they are doing austerity, and he advised them, don't get into family life. If you get into family life, you will get into a lot of troubles. So better take the renounced order of life. He preached to them, and they were convinced with what Nārada Muni is preaching, their philosophy. They renounced the life, family life, and they took the renunciant life. And they all went from there performing austerities. So Dakṣa was very upset. Now again, when they are doing this second set of children, 1,000 children, when they are doing austerity, same Nārada Muni will come back again. Again, he will preach to them. Like your brothers are, you are very affectionate to your brothers, and your brothers already did austerity and they went to Vaikuntha. And if you also want to go and meet your brothers in Vaikuntha, you also perform austerities, and don't enter into the family life, which is Grahamanda Kupam, Prahlad Maharaj says. It is a falling into a blind well, dark well. So these children, they also follow their brothers. They also will take the renunciant life. So then Dakṣa becomes very unhappy, and he will curse Nārada. That you will see the coming verses 36 to 44. Dakṣa is actually means blaspheming, not only cursing, he's also firing Nārada Muni that you are spoiling me, my children. So like that, in America, when Prabhupada went, Prabhupada said the purpose I went to America is to make sannyasis. He said like that. The purpose I went to America is to make sannyasis, because we want sannyasis for this movement who can travel around the world and preach this Krishna consciousness. So there are a lot of sannyasis. Prabhupada initiated them, like His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, our Diksha Guru. Yes. He was given the sannyas at the age of 21 years. You see, such a young age, he was awarded sannyas by Srila Prabhupada. And he traveled all around the world. In fact, he got Guinness record for traveling the most countries by, like fastest to travel. So the sannyasi's job is actually, they go to every place and they give this philosophy, because preaching is very important. Without preaching, what happens? This movement will die. Like you see why our country, many people change to many religion. Why? What is the reason? If you see what is the reason?
Nobody is following.
From the other country they came, they brought their books, they came and preached. They preached to us, then we accepted their philosophy and they got converted. That's whatever you see in Kerala or Tamil Nadu, people who were all, earlier they were all following Sanatana Dharma. But they all changed. Why? Because of preaching. Now people are taking Sanatana Dharma. Why? Because preaching is going on in ISKCON. At least ISKCON is very active in preaching. That's why Prabhupada said books are the basis, books are the foundation. What this knowledge we are getting is from Bhagavad-gita, Bhagavatam. This is the foundation. Books are the basis. Then Prabhupada said preaching is the essence. Now you have the books, but you are simply sitting idle. What is the use? People will convert to leave their religion and go, because you do not give this knowledge to others. So preaching is the essence. So only you have the book and preaching is the essence. Is it sufficient? No. You have to be pure. When you are pure, then only your preaching will have effect. That's why Prabhupada is saying that you follow the 4 regulative principles, chant Hare Krishna mantra, then you become pure. Bath in the holy rivers, and you become pure. So purity is the force. Then purity is the force, and utility is the principle. Utility is the principle means whatever we have, we should engage in the Lord's service. That is utility. Material wealth or spiritual things, everything we should use for Krishna consciousness. Like you see, Alfred Ford, Ambarish Prabhu, he is so much wealthy person. He is the owner of the Ford car company. But he is using his wealth for building the biggest temple in Mayapur, temple of Vedic planetarium. That means anything material also can be used in the Krishna God, for the service of Krishna. Yes. So like that, Prabhupada, when he went to the West and he started preaching, he created a lot of sannyasis. But the fathers, the parents were very unhappy. their children is 19 years, 20 years, 21 years. They were going to college, but they joined ISKCON. So they went to the court, American court, and they put case that they are actually taking away our children. Our children are supposed to marry. Then we want to supposed to see our grandchildren. But this Swamiji, he took our children, and he made them as sannyasis or brahmacharis. We don't want that. And they put case against ISKCON. And also they cursed that, the Swamiji, what they did for our children, So same way, like how Dakṣa is cursing Nārada Muni, Prabhupada also was cursed. Because you see, any parent, their expectation is that their children should grow up, go to college, go to a good job, then get married, and then settle in their life, and they want to play with their grandchildren at their retired age. This is what their expectation of every. But if the child takes a brahmachari life, and if he will take the renounced order of life, parents are normally not happy. So then what they will do, they will curse actually. Curse means because of this, ISKCON, these people are going like this. But later they will understand that, what my son has done is the best thing, because they understand later, like who are brahmacharis, their parents who are opposed in ISKCON. Now they are all actually very favorable. Like when last time when I went to meet Sri Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu, he is a brahmachari. His parents and relatives, they kidnapped him from the temple.
And
Forcefully, Prabhuji said, forcefully given meat. And even they went to the extent that they were showing, kind of strange movies to them, to make him attracted towards material life. They put him in the chair and they put the computer and they put all those movies in front of him. So, but he again escaped and went there. But now, when I met Prabhuji, he said his parents moved closer to the temple.
नहीं ना, अभी जाएगा अपने मर्जी से ना, तो मुश्किल है।
So,
अभी 10:30 भी नहीं हुआ है।
arranged. So, Prabhuji was saying that their parents moved very close to the temple now, within the temple, because they know that this is very important. Later, people realize that this is very important, but initial stage, they are not happy. So, Prabhupada writes in one of the purport that I have taken so many curses from the parents. Now it is my turn that's why Prabhupada is saying that like Nārada Muni is traveling everywhere, I am also cursed that I cannot stay in any place. So, Prabhupada was constantly traveling. Only 2 days or 3 days he is in one temple, then he will go to New York, then he will go to Australia, then he will go to London, then he will go to Japan, then he will come to India. So every place he will not be staying more than 3 to 4 days. He's telling, because I have taken the curse, same like Nārada Muni, because Nārada Muni gets cursed by Dakṣa, that Dakṣa will curse that you will not stay in any place. You will keep on wandering.
Yes.
Like that, Prabhupada also taken the curse of continuously wandering. It is not easy to continuously travel also. Like, when we are traveling, we understand. When we go from one place to another place, we want to take at least rest. But continuously traveling is very hectic, especially for health, and your routine gets affected. Different time you sleep, different time you take food, and it will affect your system, your health also. So, but that curse is there, and Prabhupada writes that now my disciples should take the curse, that they will be, take and give me relief from that curse. I want to stay in one place and concentrate on my chanting, other things. So I want my disciples to take the curse and relieve me from the curse, so that I don't want to travel more like this. I want to stay in one place, Vrindavan, and do my austerities. And actually, I want to develop my Krishna consciousness. Like that, Prabhupada is writing. Somewhere it will come. I don't know if we read it earlier, or maybe it will come here only. When Dakṣa blaspheming Nārada Muni, Prabhupada will write this in the purport. So I'm not sure whether by next Saturday, maybe you will complete this. I don't know. That's why I'm telling this in advance. That how this Prabhupada's realization is writing there. But good. With children, if they will take us brahmachari, it is good actually. Because it is said one pure devotee, he will liberate. So how many generations, like Prahlad Maharaj, when Narasimha Dev is giving that blessing, one pure devotee in a family, all the forefathers also, 14 generations he will liberate, and coming 14 generations he will liberate. They will all get liberated by the mercy. So, ignorantly we may think that why my family, my son is not taking this, did not go for marriage or something. If they are going to live the same like us, as soon as they get married, they will get entangled into so many problems, father-in-law, mother-in-law, son-in-law, daughter-in-law. There's got so many things. Of course, it is not that people should not take family life. There are always options. Those who want to take family life, Krishna consciousness allows to take, but you should be in a grahastha ashram, a spiritual life, and you can take. It is not that prohibited. But those who
Yes.
have the capability to become as a brahmachari, like in ISKCON, there are a lot of brahmacharis who are capable. They can take up, but it will be always minority only. Not everybody can adopt the brahmachari life because it is very austere.
No.
You have to give your life for service of the Lord. It's not easy unless your mind is favorable for this. If your mind is want to take up family life, better to take family life and cultivate Krishna consciousness. But you have strong vairagya from your childhood, then you have that capability, then brahmachari life is very much recommended. So because they don't have much responsibilities or commitment, 24 hours they can engage in the service of the Lord without any botheration. No, they need not bother about putting money in the bank, investing for future, pension, loan, building home, taking care of family, children education, children health, children marriage. Such commitments are not there, so they can fully 100% engage in the service of the Lord.
Service of the Lord.
So both options are open. It's up to the person what he want to choose. So
Follow.
that is about these austerities and taking up this brahmachari life or grahastha life. Hare Krishna. So we will
Hare
end this here. And devotees have any questions or if you have any comments, so whatever we discussed here, so we can discuss now 5 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Wonderfully explained the Prabhupada's mission, how it has become. Thank you
Yes.
very much, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for giving the opportunity also. I'm not qualified, but still whatever I know, I'm just sharing. Hare Krishna.
Very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Ah,
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. No, there is I heard the one lecture from Gaurang Das. There's about the renunciation, and Prabhuji explained. He's comparing his son, and Prabhuji became a sannyasi. So renunciation means we are completely renounced of this family life. So just we know that at the age of 24, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take the sannyas. So
Yes.
here, Prabhuji, the material, the family compared with Gauranga Prabhu. My son, where is your son? He's in Bombay. So again, what is doing? He's in Bombay. So, but Gauranga Das Prabhu, he became the sannyasi, and one day they invited them to their family. Then he says they became the devotees, because what is the difference between this material life and the sannyasa? So here the spiritual master is giving this Nārada advising the them to go back to Godhead. What is you got to, this material life is not good for you. So it is as soon as possible you have to go back to Godhead. So
Yes.
even though you are taking the birth in material life, you have to suffer this one. So good advice. But what is original father giving? You take 10,000 means Prajādas.
Yeah.
So making Prajā. So this is the difference between the spiritual master and the material master. So what is the understanding? So the real education, it is from the giving the vidya. That is our dharma and adharma. So this is only living entity wants to enjoy. We think that we are the enjoying. That is a adharma. So dharma is how to do service to the Supreme Lord. So that is a real knowledge.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is from only from getting from this ISKCON. So Krishna conscious movement. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing
Hare Krishna.
wonderful realization, and also Gaurang Prabhu's as well. And just I would like to conclude also. Just Radhesham Prabhu also said once that he was from IIT, MTech from IIT. He said, if I was a grahastha, maybe by this time, because he's IIT gold medalist, he might have got a job in America. He might have purchased a villa, family, car. He said only my family and my relatives might be benefited because I have taken this life of renunciation. thousands and thousands of students, college students, they are all getting guidance, getting inspired. So there's a difference, like a small portion getting benefit and bigger portion getting benefit. So many students are getting inspiration because of Prabhuji. So many from Pune, if you see, there are 6,000 devotees around the temple. Everything because Prabhuji is preaching and other things. 6,000 devotees, not one, two, all around the Pune temple. So this is the because of his sacrifice. He sacrificed his enjoyment. Because of that, so many good things has happened. But if you don't sacrifice, what happens? Then just we take care of only our family and on the immediate, but other people will not get benefit, full benefit. So Radhesham Prabhu was expressing that because of his, he taken this life. So many people he is able to give them inspiration, guidance. Otherwise, if he is there, then maybe only his family, he just have his good family life and it is within a small circle.
Yes,
So now this is a bigger circle. So that's a question. Hare
thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So thank you all for giving. Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
very much, Guruji. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Guruji.
Hare
So Saturday also we are lucky to have you, Guruji, and we got the Nectarian class. Thank you very much, Guruji. And Pranam. So thank you all other devotees. Those who are joined, please do join tomorrow also our reading session at the same time. Hare Krishna. So we'll chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Guruji as well as all the devotees who are present today for everybody's spiritual progress. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram Ram Ram.
Vacha